back to my channel. So today I'm going to be recreating the makeup that I did on my graduation because it was possibly the best makeup I have ever done. It was flawless. Everyone was reacting to my story like, this beat is amazing. And my sister was like, this is honestly the best look ever, you need to do a tutorial. So I thought I'd do like a proper in-depth one. And then I might also do my hair because my hair did last a long time, so I might do that separately because it was pin curls. There's a lot of kind of prep to it, so I feel like that could be really good for people who are going to prom or going to graduation. But yeah, this is the makeup version of that, and I'll just tell you about my day and what I did, and then I'm going to insert some pics and videos at the end so you can like feel like you're there, guys, because basically I forgot to vlog. I vlogged a bit, but then I forgot to vlog because I was having too much fun. So I'm going to zoom you in a bit. I won't zoom you in like all the way in to my eyes because it's kind of like the whole face is a lot of prep. There was a lot of kind of, you know, primer use, sprays. So we're going to start with prep of the skin. This is very important if you want your makeup to last. Mine literally lasted all day. I didn't touch it up once, other than I had a spot here, of course I did, that I had to top up a few times, and my lip gloss, but everything else was fine. So going in will lead a skin food, so you want to moisturise the fuck out of your skin, because I actually got up. So on the day of my graduation was at 4, but I actually got up super early. I was up at 7 starting to get ready because where I had my photo was in a different place where I was graduating, and I could also pick up my robe and my tickets from there. So I was like, I'm going to get up, get ready, go, get it out of the way. Okay, so now I'm using my SPF. This is an anti-dryness one. It's actually really good. It's very hydrating. I use quite a lot because I put it down my neck, and also we want to stay young forever, guys. Basically, everybody needs to just wear SPF. Like one of our friends, my sister's best friend, but one of our friends, Lauren, hi, she's probably watching, she's getting in skincare, and I said honestly the most important thing is SPF. You got to protect your skin from the rays, But yeah, so I was up early, and then I basically took like 2.5 hours to get ready. I did my full hair, did my makeup, but where it was so hot, my makeup, one of the bases was like separating on my face, which was not ideal. So I did have to start again like after that happened, which was not fun. But yeah, and then I put my dress on. Obviously you guys helped me pick my dress, but like my dress, it took me ages to decide, but once I got it I was obsessed, and like people were coming, like when I went to get my photo done in the morning, and now I'm going in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. This is the best primer ever. It like fills in your skin and makes your skin just look literally airbrushed. So I'm putting that on now. But yeah, so when I went to get my photo done, so I had to be up there, so I got an Uber up there because it's actually about, well, it's about a half an hour walk from me, 20 minutes, but it might even be quicker. It's just up a massive hill. So like, who wants to walk up a massive hill in their heels and in their nice dress? Like literally no one. So I was like, you know, tape under my eyes. So I'm going to do my brows, but I like to just like stick the tape there ready for the eyes, and then I'll do my brows. But yeah, so got an Uber up, and literally the Uber man was like, oh my god, are you getting married? Like, you look beautiful. And I was like, no, but thank you. I loved it. And then got there, went in, and I went upstairs and I got my tickets, and luckily like my mum was able to have a ticket because we were worried that like she wouldn't. And then yeah, I went and got my robes fitted. So you go, this is the Got To Be Glued brow gel. I'm actually got my Miss Piggy mirror because I thought I'd bring it back. But yeah, so then I went and got my robes, which were actually not as bad as I thought. Like, I thought they would be really ugly, but they weren't. If you want your brows to stay in place, what you do is you push them the other way. I learned this the other day. So you push them the other way, and then you push them down the way that you want. And for some reason, it just keeps them in place a lot longer. Keeps them stuck down. Then I went up there, got me robes, and a really cute old man fitted my robes. He was lovely, and he said, you know, they are actually really heavy, so be careful, because that's why you'll fall over. Like, my biggest fear was I was going to fall over. I obviously did not, but I was scared. And yeah, so then, you know, I got them fitted, and then I went and had my photo done, which again was by like the most adorable little old man. He was honestly so cute, and he was actually colourblind, so you couldn't see that my robe was like half purple and half red, and then I had a blue dress on, and it actually, all the colours just looked so beautiful, like very summery. I was really here for it. And then, oh, lovely, those brows have gone on like a dream. And then went to get my photo done. Yep, had that done. I was terrified, like, because they didn't let me look at them, so I was really worried that they would look horrible, but they didn't, so that was good. I have seen the professional ones, they did not look awful. I'm just gonna push, I go through with a spoolie and just push the product through my brows, and then I actually take a makeup wipe and just neaten up the edges, because my product, it just goes all over my face, to be honest. I just push it and it goes everywhere. But yeah, so one brow always looks nicer than the other as well. Is that just me, or is that everyone? But yeah, okay, so I did that. I've got my brows. Then I'm gonna go in with a P. Louise base, and we're gonna put that on our lids. Yeah, so once I had my photo, I had to like go and obviously take my robes off to then get an Uber home, because it was only like 10 o'clock. Like I got there for like, it was about 10:30. I got there for, I thought that went somewhere then. I thought it went on my top. I got there for 10:45 in the morning, even though I was graduating late, and everyone was like, why are you here so early? But like, I just didn't want to be in a rush. Like I knew, because I had the gang come in, I just didn't want to be in a rush. So I'm glad that I just did this, because it was so much less stressful. So when I came back, Yvette was still, she was so uncertain on her dress, because she bought it like 2 days before, and she liked it, and then she like convinced herself she didn't like it. But then obviously as soon as she was actually ready, full beat hair and stuff, she loved it. So that was good, because I hate when you go out and you just don't love your outfit. Like, it just ain't the one, is it? Like, it is annoying. So yeah, and then Yvette got ready, and while she did her makeup, I kind of like just milled about, and did actually just do a couple of touch-ups, but like literally I was just doing it kind of for the sake of doing it, because I had nothing else to do. But yeah, once we were ready, we had lunch, we had a drink, and then did some photos, and then like everyone kind of started arriving. So using 2 palettes. It's the Makeup by Mario palette, which I always use, and also the Made by Mitchell Milk palette, again a cult classic on this channel. So then I'm gonna go in with bloop 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 this palette. So I started with a very light transitional shade, so I just started putting that in the crease, and it was quite a warm tone, because I wanted like quite a neutral glam. Like I didn't want, even though I had colour, I decided I didn't want to add any colour. Like I had blue tip nails, and I just didn't want anything kind of too out there. Do you know what I mean? Like I just wanted it to be simple and sweet, and just, you know, like the perfect kind of neutral glam to last forever. And like when I look back at the photos, honestly, it is the best makeup I've ever done. So then I go into the Made by Mitchell palette. There's a colour called How Now, and it is a really nice warm brown, and then I'm going in on the top of that light shade. I know I put my makeup quite high up, and then I literally will take a big brush. This is like, I only kind of do this when I really want it to be blended, and I just blend, because I spent hours blending this. I'm not even lying, I think most of the 2 hours was me blending this. So yeah, you just want to blend, blend, blendy blend, so it literally looks perfect. And then I kind of go in, I've got my Cocoa Cosmetic sponge here, and I'll kind of, like obviously I've just blended out the base, and I'll dab the front bit, because it just gives me the shape that I want of my eyeshadow, and then go back in with whatever's on that brush, and we blend, blend. Lovely. So yeah, this is kind of the base that we were working with. Then I actually go in to the really dark brown in Makeup by Mario, which is a really cool toned dark brown. And yes, it does look scary at first, but that is okay. So you've got your tape here, so you want to start from the tape and bring it forward, and then go back like this, because this is going to give you the winged like effect of your eye, but it's like the winged effect, but it's, I just need to adjust this. but you kind of want it to be a little bit higher. That one is also fine. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you move it or if, you know, it's not quite the placement that you want. Oh my god, my hair. Because I always go in after with a makeup wipe and clean that up. So yeah, you want to just build up the colour like this. Obviously it doesn't matter if you get it on the tape, because that's the point of the tape. It creates a nice neat edge, and it honestly doesn't matter if you kind of don't fully stick to it, because you can just clean it up after. I literally always muck it up, but it does really help because you can pack on the product and it doesn't matter. So yeah, I do, even though it's really dark, I know it literally looks terrifying, you want to just do that, and then you want to go into another brush, and I'm going to go into a shade called Toe Beans, which is really light, from Made by Mitchell, and it's kind of like a milky undertone, a little bit pink as well, and I'm just gonna blend that just over the top, like literally just over the top of everything, even though obviously that you want that colour to be really dark, because that literally, just see how like that's already kind of blended that out, and that is exactly what you want. So then with the kind of leftover P. Louise base on this brush, I'm gonna map out my kind of half cut crease. I didn't want loads of base because it was so warm that it was just going to come off. So you want to just apply, like, it sticks to the brush quite well, so you want to apply like a thin layer, because then it will dry really quickly, and that's exactly what you want really. You want it to be dry quite instantly, and a thin layer, but obviously you still want the base. Obviously this eye had slightly more on because I used this brush first, but that's okay. And then going into my favourite shade in this palette, it's like a creamy shade, but very warm. I'm going to pack that on here, and then I'm going to go over it with white in a second. But yeah, so once I was ready, I then came back, we had lunch, and then Leash, Mum, Dad and Holly all came here. We had some drinks, we had lots of photos, and then Jordan came for a few, and then they actually all went to the SU, other than me, Mum, Dad and Yvette, to watch my graduation. So then we obviously went up to the building. It's called Wills Memorial. If you've been to Bristol, like the building at the top of Park Street, that's where it is. And then, yeah, so we went up there and it was really fun. But I obviously could get in straight away. I'm now going into another warm tone, slightly darker, and we're going to blend the darker. It's basically, you want to have lots of different tones to blend into the darker out a bit. Like, it's literally the best way to do it is to use about a million shades and just keep blending until you like how it looks. And I always do one eye better than the other, and at the minute it's always this eye. But yeah, so then we were there, and obviously like I had to go in, and they kind of waited outside, but that was okay. They were just in the queue, got in, got a seat, they were waving at me, I was sat with my friends, it was really nice. And then while we were waiting for it to go, I was really nervous actually. I'm going to show the video of when I graduated, and I look literally terrified, just so nervous. But yeah, so we then, while I was waiting, I was nervous, it started, and then Yvette texted me like, there's a surprise, it's at the back. And I was like, oh, what's that? I obviously am blind as a bat, couldn't see. All I knew is there was a surprise in the back, and apparently when I went up on the stairs, I'll be able to see. I could not see. Couldn't see a fucking thing. And obviously I was first because I'm Siobhanmbennett in my group. So that was fun. Okay, so this is the current eye that we're working with. You can see it's really nicely blended. We're loving it. Then I'm going back into this Toe Beans colour. We're going to blend that as well over the top because it's such a nice, it's like a pinky milky colour but really pale. And it honestly brings all looks together because it matches the tones perfectly. I love it. I'm obsessed. So yeah, so then you want to just, I literally then go in, the third brush that I had, it has nothing on. So you want to just blend with nothing on. Like, I don't know what it does. I think it just picks up excess product and just blend, blend, blend. But honestly, it is the best way to just make sure your makeup is fully seamless. I literally go over the whole eye like this. Like, look at that. It's literally beautiful. And then I'll go in with a kind of lighter shade again and just blend. Like, I always go over the blend from dark to light because that is what you want to be the least harsh. And now I'm just using that, the colour I use in my crease, the one that's called How Now, we're going back into that. We're going to just keep blending. Honestly, blending is the key. I always say this, it's really annoying, but it honestly is. And I always keep one side of the brush clean on like the one I did nothing on, because then you can just blend the colours. You can add a bit of colour, blend a bit of colour. It is a perfect combo. Okay, so this is what we're now working with. And then I'm going to go back in with the other brush, go over once more with the lighter kind of colours, just because I really pack on product when I want it to last. But once it's kind of, the P. Louise bases are obviously incredible and always keep everything in place, which we love. Yeah, so then obviously we get called to go up, and I'm obviously first in the group of the PhD lot because my name is Bennett. So I was shitting it. So people were going, oh wait, this is going to be satisfying. It's not that satisfying because I marked it up. This side might be better. Oh yeah, nice. So now my eyes can breathe. I actually find it easier to do my winged liner without the tape on, and then I'm just going to clean that up because I can see the exact line that I want. Oh, see, there you go. That's satisfying. So yeah, even though it's obviously like quite high, it actually doesn't matter because we'll sort that out. I can see that there needs to be a bit of blending up here. But anyway, yeah, so I'm terrified for my life. We're about to go. And yeah, there's apparently this surprise. I'm looking, I can see people waving. I'm just waving back. I don't even know who they are, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm blind as a fucking bat. So I'm just waving like hi at these people randomly waving at me, hi. And then he basically says like what a PhD is. It's a really big honour, you write your thesis titles are in the programme, and then he goes, Dr. Siobhanmbennett, you have to walk across, do a little like shitty bow, and then keep going. And then when I walk along the corridor, you go down some steps, along a corridor, and then I see that all my best friends who had gone to the SU were sat in the corner. So that was a really nice surprise. And then I went to go towards them, and then I actually got told off by the usher because I was not meant to do that. Fucking lol. Go, look at that, love the eyeliner. And then yeah, that was so funny that I just wanted to go towards them and be like ah, and then yeah, went and sat back down, and then basically just chilled them for the rest of the ceremony. We had quite a nice speech. It was really quick and it wasn't too boring, so that was good. And then I was like, the vibe we were on was I was just tired. I'd had some Prosecco. Your gal was getting tired. But then we went outside and we had loads of photos. And of course, like, during the whole ceremony, I was so hot. And my spot that I had was like throbbing. And it was all I could think about. And I was so worried that like all the photos, you'd just be able to see it. But you actually can't. You can see it in my TikTok, but fuck it, who cares? And then, you know, we had like so many photos. And then like after about 45 minutes of photos, we were like, I always do the fox eye and then run the liner in my waterline, because that's just how I roll. Oh, cool, so that is what we're working with there. Then we'll put our lashes on. I actually bought the unicorn lashes in apple sours to wear to my graduation, and they are now literally my new favourite lash. Like Georgia, who I also know will be watching this video, love you girl, bought them for Yvette for her birthday, and then I realised that they were the pair that I've been wanting for ages, but they were always sold out. So absolutely buzzing that we've got a pair. So yeah, I use these. They're the perfect kind of winged fluffy vibe. I love a foxy one. Anything mink and fluffy is my vibe. So yeah, I'm just gonna put these on. Yeah, so we obviously had lots and lots of photos. Then we're going to go and so we were going to the Botanist, which is like a little kind of bar and roof terrace that does loads of nice cocktails up on the Triangle. So we just, you know, we were like, cool, yeah, let's go do that. So wait, let me just put these bad boys on. Oh, that one on so well. It normally does not go on well on camera. Yeah, so then we all wandered over there. Everyone, I had literally had photos with everyone. It was so much fun. But yeah, my friends got in because they had so many spare seats that when they were at the SU, they were like, do you want to go? So they necked a bottle of Prosecco and basically legged it there, which I was completely here for. And then we just went straight to the botanist, and the drinks were 2 for £12, which was incredible. And we had like 3 bottles of Prosecco to start, and we were just, you know, toasting. My sister made a speech. It was so funny. We like forced her to do a speech, and she's like quite an awkward person, so she was not buzzing that she had to do a speech. But yeah, it was funny. So then once that happened, we basically drank there for hours, and then a few girls and my best friend Kev came from the lab, which was amazing. Was really happy to see them all, and yeah, we just continued that drinking. We continued it. Right, so for foundation, I mixed the In Real Life filter by Makeup Revolution, genuinely one of the best foundations I've ever used, and my Fenty foundation, which I have to, the pump is like being a dick. So because I normally use like a few different foundations because so I use this foundation because Fenty is the best foundation ever, and then this one has such good coverage. Like, I literally am obsessed. So then I just did a couple of scrubs. I was really tanned on the day. It was the best. And then using my Coca Cosmetics sponge, I blended that shit. I can't wait to hide my red face. I'm so flushed. Yeah, I then obviously used this all over, and we fucking blended that shit. Like, honestly, I blended it. It did actually match my skin on the day, but of course my tan has kind of come off, so I could blend it down my neck a bit, so I look like I'm blended in. Like, the Fenty one has a more yellowy undertone, which is kind of annoying, but it's actually really good because it cancels out the redness of my skin. So like, at first I do be looking like it's not going to match me, but once you blend it out and got everything else on there, like your powders and, you know, everything, it really does look so much better. Like, don't worry that your skin looks really dewy. Like, that's good. If you want a lot of moisture when you're blending, it's when you then set it with the powder that gets rid of that moisture, but it like locks in the blend. So yeah, like when you use your sponge, you want to get it quite wet and then wring it out, but you still want it pretty wet. I use cold water as well because it, you know, cools your face, gets rid of any redness or swelling in the mornings. Like, obviously it's not the morning now, but it was when I got ready. So yeah, you want to keep going. You want to keep packing that on. And what does this remind you of? If you know, you know. And then once you're done, like literally that blend, this sponge is the best thing ever. I literally bought it at New Year and it's still going strong. And then obviously I get covered in makeup while I get ready, so I shouldn't have actually put my jeans on, but there's only a little bit of foundation on there, so it's kind of not coming off, so I'm just going to leave it. Who cares? No one's going to look at the bottom of my legs. Okay, so yeah, I'm just getting rid of that off my hands, and then once this is kind of, you want it to just dry. I actually had a fan on me on the day, which I don't right now. It was such a good idea. It just dried everything down really fast. So then I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Stick contour stick. I have been loving the Makeup Revolution one that I got, but this is just the best, so I use it for special occasions. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, we went to the botanist, we had loads of drinks, we got pretty drunk, lots of tequila shots. I actually tried a baby Guinness, which was incredible. My best friend Holly was like really wanting to try it, so we had multiple because they were so delicious. It's what is it, Bailey's and amaretto. It was literally stunning. It was sunny, but like on the terrace it was a bit cloudier and a bit shadier, so it was really nice, but it was just really warm. But yeah, so you know, we carried on drinking. We actually had some chips which were delightful, exactly what you need. And then after that we got 5:15. No, we got there at 4:45. We're a bit early. And then, I can't remember. It was booked for 4:45 and we got there at 5:15. And then we stayed there until 8 o'clock because we had dinner reservations at San Carlo, which were at 8:45. San Carlo is my favourite restaurant, I think, one of them, because it's really like for occasions, definitely, it's really bougie, honestly stunning, like the vibes are immaculate. Using my sponge to blend this out. And then we just were quite pissed at this point, but it was so much fun. Like, so the people that came to the meal were Leash, Holly, and then my family, because they honestly have got me through the entirety of my PhD, and I just wanted them to celebrate with me. So yeah, we went there, we had lots more Prosecco. We basically were just on Prosecco because Holly is obsessed with Prosecco for one, and basically I always end up drinking loads when I'm with her, but it was just such nice Prosecco. Like, it was honestly really good Prosecco. So we were just fucking on it like a car fucking bonnet, mates. So we were drinking and drinking that shit. It was great, loved it. Okay, so once I've blended that out, obviously this is kind of like the cream base, so then we're going to go on to the powder. But before I did that, I actually sprayed my setting spray on. So I literally just gave myself a spritz because I was like, this needs to last. So I just gave a spritz of the Urban Decay 24-hour setting spray. Really like H&B Cosmetics bronzer, my favourite bronzer in the world. So yeah, after we went to San Carlo, for starters I had burrata, which was amazing, with parma ham, which was annoying because Yvette wanted it and she's actually vegetarian. And then I went and had a lobster. What else did other people? My dad had lasagna for starter, which I thought was very cool, like a medium-sized lasagna. And then my mum had some prawns, and my bestie Leash had like some mozzarella sticks. Holly had squid, and so did Yvette, and it looked incredible. I think that's what Holly had. This is when she comments like, no I didn't, but yeah, I think she did. And then for me, Leash had carbonara, Mum had seafood pasta, my dad had a mixed grill. Me and Yvette had a lobster, like, what's tagliatelle, it was incredible. And Holes had ravioli, but that also looked amazing. So for this, I'm just packing on the product, but I'm just kind of doing it in dibs and dabs like this. This is how I kind of do it now, like I pat it. So we're just patting this on, getting that bronze glow. And then for my nose, I actually use just a fluffy brush, go onto the bronzer, and then do the kind of contour shape that you like. So just go whoop. It looks ridiculous at first, I'm not going to lie, because obviously I don't want my nose to look like this. But then once I've done that, just go in with the really big brush and blend it over like this. And it just gives you the contour that you want, but without it being too extra. So yeah, once I've done that, I'm going to do my blush. Then we're going to bake, and then while we bake, we can finish up my hair and just, you know, kind of finish bits off. So yeah, going in with the sleek Pixie Pink, what's the word, blush. It's my favourite thing ever, honestly. It's the perfect blush. Look at that, stunning. Yeah, so then I had lobster. While we were eating, we actually all, and like waiting for food and drinks, we all spoke about favourite memories of me and like the best and worst bits of the day. It was so fun. It was weird, like everyone was just talking about me, and as much as I love being the centre of attention, I was like, oh, this is fun, but also like I was like, oh, I'm embarrassed. But yeah, I'm really proud that I obviously graduated. Like, a lot of people probably thought I wasn't going to get to this point. Now that I've graduated, I really want to do a story time of like my whole PhD, and I was going to do it for this video, but then because I didn't actually have a vlog, I thought I'd actually just talk about what happened at my graduation. But I will definitely do a story time, and I'll probably have a wine because we'll all need a drink to get through it. But this is the Makeup Revolution translucent powder, so I'm pressing this on. And on the day, I actually made my breakfast and ate while I was baking, because I like to bake for as long as possible. And then while I was touching up, I also left this on to bake. But we're just going to leave it on for a little less time today, because obviously I'm not actually going to be. But basically the tip is, the longer you can leave your bake, the better, because you want that powder to really settle in your makeup. And like, yeah, like I really like to get right underneath the contour, because it will really show that contour. Look at that. We are getting there. Okay, right. Sorry, I love how I just answered my phone. Okay, so the bacon is on. Do our lips, and then I will show you the other bits to kind of finish up. Make sure everything's in place. Beautiful. My lip liner, and look at it. It's literally PTSD. It's so small, but it's my favourite lip liner. It's Morphe Sweet Tea. Honestly, it's the best. So, you're going to wrap that on. And then, keep going. Lead. And then, what I did was I went in with Candy by Kylie Cosmetics as kind of the lip base, because I wanted it to have slightly pinkier tones in to the nudes. Because the eye is actually quite a, even though it's brown, obviously it's got quite a warm pinky tone. So I just got that on my teeth. That's disgusting. Eh. Can we not? Alright, okay, cool. So you're gonna pat that on. Oh, beautiful. It does look quite dark. So then what you do is you're gonna go in with the Amber Maybelline Lifter Gloss, which mine is literally running dry. So, and then you just put that on the top, and it gives the literal perfect gloss. You've used my Coco Cosmetics gloss, which is my other favourite one. So yeah, look at that. It's literally perfect. And another tip for when you want your makeup to last a long time, I actually go in with like a thin brush into my eyeshadow. I actually learnt this on TikTok. And the colour of your lip liner, and then I just run it over, because it's kind of like a setting powder but for your lip liner, and it also creates like a more defined lip. So, and it will literally stay on the whole day. So then, now I've done that, I'll go back in with my gloss, and it will just like blend it in, but it just looks a bit more defined. You see what I mean? Like, it literally just, you want to just kind of blend it a bit with your finger. Honestly, the best. So, okay, so that's kind of been marinating for a while now. So let's blend this out. So obviously you want your face to just be seamlessly blended. So like the eye, you want to just keep blending. And then, ooh, right, so underneath the eye, I actually did the warm brown colour, which was called How Now Brown Cow. Just whap that on there. Oh, I could cry. Like that. Just put that on. Literally beautiful. It's just like the perfect warm brown. I actually didn't want to go too dark. Normally I go really dark underneath, but I didn't want to on this day because I wanted it to be kind of literally just perfect, like this. And then I've got that Lana Del Rey song in my head. So then what I do is, actually I need to do my mascara, I always forget this. So I use the Essence Double Trouble mascara. It costs about £2, it's the best. Just whap that on. And on my bottom. So usually I actually then go over everything to make it more defined. But because I really wanted it to be, no I lied, I didn't actually. I used the Kylie Cosmetics Candy Highlighter, which matches the lip, just literally on the tip of my nose, because it honestly will make your nose contour look so much better. It's like the only highlight I ever use now. And then the best tip I can give you for setting your makeup is you want to go in with a setting spray. Again, this is the Urban Decay. And while it's still wet, you go in with a pressed powder. Like this one is on its last legs, but again, this is the all-nighter powder. And you literally press it in all over your face. I also get whatever translucent powder is left that I just got off the table, and I whap that on there as well. Honestly, it will keep your makeup in place. It will not budge. I don't know what this powder setting spray kind of combo does, but it is amazing. It just keeps it in. But yeah, so after dinner we were all drunk. Yvette then broke a glass, and then we came home. I also booked the reservation as doctor, fucking lol. And then we came home, Yvette fell asleep, and me and my mum and dad had a little drink, and then yeah, went to bed. And then I was hungover the next day, I'm not going to lie, but we move. So yeah, you want to just blend, 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 blend. That's literally perfect, honestly. Amazing. So now that we are done, I am just gonna put on some jewelry, and take out my hair, and then it will be literally the finished look. Wait, I'll actually take my hair out with you guys. Yeah, I always leave a roller in here while I get ready, and then I'll go and hairspray it after, because even though initially it does look wild, it just means that the volume lasts longer. And I actually did curl my hair, right? Okay, so then I'm just getting a comb out. I just literally did my ear, and I'm just brushing out my curls. I mean, these have just completely fallen out because I did them in about 3 seconds, but I just wanted a bit of something in my hair. But there we go. Actually, it just looks really natural. See what I mean? Like, it just gives your hair like the volume that I need. And then yeah, I've just kind of put a wave through it. Like, it's not mega curly, but it's on the day it was really curly. And again, I'm gonna do a tutorial on that for you guys. Okay, so zoomed you out, but this is the finished look. Isn't it honestly the most stunning thing you've ever seen? I'm obsessed with it. Like, I'll pick the camera up and bring it to you. Honestly, I am obsessed with this makeup. It is probably the best makeup I ever did. And I will include, wait, I'm a bit wonky. I will include some clips of, you know, some photos, some videos, some clips of my actual graduation. And yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video. This kind of more in-depth makeup tutorial. I haven't done one for a while. Let me know if you have any questions, anything you want to learn. I'll definitely do a hair tutorial. But I will see you on my next video, and you know what to do. Follow me over on Insta, on TikTok. I did loads of fun graduation TikToks, so definitely check them out. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys. Love you.
The following candidates have all been awarded doctoral degrees for their research, and the title of the thesis produced by each candidate is printed below their name in the programme for this ceremony. The doctoral thesis is a substantial piece of independent work based on original research. The doctoral degree is awarded in recognition of the candidate's success in pushing the frontiers of human knowledge further, based on rigorous academic methodology. We recognise this significant achievement today. The degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Dr. Siobhanmbennett.